Here we have the 15th verse of the 25th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus introducing now the parable of the talents, which follows from the parable he's just told of the 10 virgins. It does seem that the general spirit of this parable is a little bit more long range. Of course, the parable of the virgins focuses on watchfulness with the idea that there's an expectancy of the bridegroom in that parable making an unexpected return, and so it's necessary to stay on top of things. Now we have kind of a longer range picture here, the picture of investing talents. In the original situation, talents were money. The word talent is morphed into a description of various abilities and gifts and so on, but it had its derivation originally from this Greek word. And it does seem at this point that there's a little less focus on watchfulness and a little bit more focus on responsibility, good stewardship, and that seems to be the sense here. So we have, beginning in verse 15, kai. Ho is a relative pronoun. It's used 3 times here, here, and down here. And in that case, the best rendering, this is the dative masculine singular, would be to one. The relative pronoun can sometimes simply mean which, this thing which is taking place, that sort of thing. But here, where it's set up in this kind of parallel, we're going to say to one, on the one hand, men. Edoken from didomi, third person singular, aorist active indicative. He gave. Penta, adjective, means 5. Talanta, talents. These were originally generally measures of silver. A respectable sum of money. And so one he gave 5 talents of silver, then to the next one, to another, de, postpositive, duo, 2 talents, and then thirdly, to another, de, hin, 1. Hekasto, this is from the word that means each. It's a demonstrative pronoun, so to each in the dative. Kata, with the accusative, means according to, so to each according to. Tain idion, his own dunamin, ability. So the master here, who's distributing these funds, has a sense of who has greater ability, who has greater savvy, you might say, in investments, and he distributes his wealth accordingly, and so to each according to his ability. Kai, and then apodemesin. This is from apodemeo. It is used in the previous verse. It means to depart from one's people. Apo from demos, people. So he departs, and the indeclinable adverb here that completes this may belong to this sentence or may belong to the next one. There's been a little bit of a disagreement down through history on this. I rather inclined to think it belongs to the next sentence immediately. The first one went and invested, but it may be indicating that he immediately left on this journey. I don't think any interpretive weight is attached to it either way, but the point is the word is there, and it goes one way or the other. So this is the idea now that there's going to be entrusted to these people a certain amount of wealth, and they're expected to go and be responsible stewards of it. And of course the story is going to be indicating that those who are responsible in doing so are going to receive the commendation of the master, and those who are not will receive, of course, his rebuke. And that does seem to be a principle that applies throughout Christian history, to apply to every Christian person, whether they have great talent or less talent. They're nevertheless given the opportunity to invest accordingly and to make good use of those opportunities that present themselves in service to their master.